today, so happy birthday, Sakura.
Yes, happy birthday, Sakura. And we are going to get started any second now.
Yes, we are starting.
All right, what's our uncle message?
Spoiler alert. Ooh,
wow.
Nice power gloves early on, right away.
And something I want to bring that's relevant is we've actually changed the randomizer just a little bit in more recent versions. You can't use that to explore outside of the rain state. You have to do escape.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Will taking the power glove to good advantage. He knows there's a 50-50 bomb there that's accessed by the power glove, and he gets it.
Yeah. Willard just going for the more traditional routing here.
Yeah, for the record, when we say Will, we mean Will on the left. When we say Willard, we'll talk about Willard on the right. And there's your can of Burner, just like you wanted.
Wow. Commentator's curse? Question mark?
I mean, when you rank the items 1 through 7, this is a solid number 6.
And getting extra heart container as well. Now I kind of want to see a sword in the first guard checkpoint just so they don't have to waste it.
I actually think that was a Sank Heart in that chest, so get that out of the way as well. We're starting the bomb farming strategy. WillardJBradley, of course, does not have to do that. He already grabbed the bomb.
Yeah, very heads-up knowledge of those 50% spots. I would say the number 7 would be the bombs. Would you?
Oh yeah, like for reference, my list goes would be Hammer 1, Bow 2, Fire Rod 3. But all 3 of those are relatively close, I would say. Maybe put Fire Rod 2 and Bow 3. Hammer's definitely.
Sorry, hold on a moment.
And Sword, of course, is up there. Although Sword is very minimal chance to get in this current logic. And then Cane of Samaria is 5, Cane of Burn is 6, and of course the bombs are the worst one to get. I have yet to complete bombs without having to reset or die. Meanwhile, Willard is low and finds a single arrow in the boomerang chest. Well, the good news for Willard is that he will be able to find 2 magic pots down in the sewers. WillardJBradley, he has enough magic to get to the end as he is.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. Just a minor interruption for me. And we're seeing pot stress from Willard. That's pretty smart considering he doesn't have next to no magic.
Yeah, we're going to see on both sides. Pot stress is definitely the best way to take care of the guard when you have a weapon such as the Cane of Burner.
Willard might choose to do save and quit strats. Although I think they're committed. And I say that because I think there's a failsafe put in place that lets you respawn with a little bit more magic.
Yeah, you start with like a 3rd magic when you have when you save and quit or die in the escape sequence. It's another new thing added to this randomized swords mode, as we call it in standard.
Yeah, it's mainly to prevent soft locks for the more inexperienced runners. And I noticed one of the chests we got here was the single arrow.
Yeah, that was the boomerang chest, and then we also found the small key and a heart container. So we still have to find the map. There's 3 items. There's 4 items left, and 5 chests.
Yeah. The single arrow was the only chest I didn't notice thus far. Yeah, there are pots of magic in the sewers, but the Cane of Samaria has a little bit of an activation time to it. It actually costs more magic. So I don't know if the pots in the sewers are going to be enough.
It all depends. The rats go down in 1 hit, so I think it'll be enough. I think Willard's going to go grab some magic here. So there's 1 little bit. And there's a second one, so he has knowledge of where these magic containers are.
Yeah. As long as he activates it right on top of the rat, he should be fine. These snakes, though, being kind of an issue.
Try to get
Go on.
Try to get a magic drop or a bomb drop there. He knows he still has a couple more pots in the next room after this that he can get some more magic to kill the last enemy he needs to kill, which is the rat in the U room.
Yeah, and I think Willard will commit to just killing the rat and getting progressing forward, because save and quitting at this point is a massive time loss.
He now has a decent amount of magic. He can just use it all up in this next room. Try to get this one rat out of the way, get his key, and then try to get a bomb as well.
Yeah, no such luck.
Looks like there's going to be no bombs unless he gets lucky with one last activation here. Well, back here in these chests, we see a piece of heart, 10 arrows, and the map.
And Willard
did get lucky.
Willard did get lucky.
He got that bomb of one of the rats, so that was very nice of him.
Yeah, it was relatively close in the pool because we saw it in Will's feed. It's gonna be very, very confusing. I'm gonna need a lot of willpower to get through this match.
And I'm gonna start keeping track of these puns. That's one.
And just yet another piece of heart here. So escape not giving us too much to work with.
Yeah, we got the gloves in the first chest, cane and burner from the uncle, and that's it.
Yeah, just a few. No, that's rupees that Willard got from grinding.
So go for the escape now, and Willard's going to go straight to the right. He might do the Houlihan here to get some rupees. When you see the tree pull, just hearts, so nothing of relevance there. And then we're going to go see what's on the behind the lumberjacks here. See if Aga 1 is required for an item.
Yep, and that is good enough play on Willard.
Oh!
That is most likely Aga, but the thing is, the mirror itself only blocks a few overall checks and Swamp Palace.
Yes.
Now, it could also block the upper parts of Hera if the hammer is somewhere on the East Step Mountain.
I would venture to guess that these runners, unless they get go mode really early, they will probably go out of their way just to get that, just to get it out of their way and get it out of their minds.
I would do just a slightly different bit of routing. I would, if I know mirror's there and I know that it's required for dungeon, but not necessarily for completing it, I'll hold off on Aga until right until the point I need that mirror.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that also. Also, you're going to need the boots to get that mirror as well. So there's no really sense of completing Aga just for the mirror until you get the boots.
Yeah, now we see the race game was nothing major, and we're seeing library is the net.
Well, that's not required, but it's nice. I guess let's get fairies, but yeah, they're probably not going to come back for that. So we're just going to see a route divergence as we enter Kakariko. We don't see this too often, so there's going to be a lot of items coming out as fast and furious. However, nothing too relevant just yet.
Oh, the poor harp piece.
That's good.
Wow, Disa is really bad. Willard, meanwhile, finding a heart container entirely.
More money in the back.
And that's enough to buy a bomb pack.
Swordless Aga would be glorious, except it's not literally possible. You need a sword to get back to Aga.
Yeah, there is a curtain you have to cut along the way.
So we're down on bought bombs. He's also going to be able to buy his item from the bottle vendor here and gets bombs. well, that first bomb purchase is now a total waste.
I think that was a ripoff, really. 3 bombs for double the price of buying a 10-pack at the store.
Well, those 3 bombs actually were useless because he was all full.
Yeah, even worse. That just makes it worse.
What is going on with this Kakariko we have? Oh, there, never mind. Timesmiths. And book.
Alright, Timesmiths and book. Alright, that allows them to check desert.
Yes. Mitts don't do anything for us at the moment. The book does allow us to check desert, and of course, check the pedestal. These guys really want to. I mean, everybody's probably heard about the seat from yesterday, where not only was Agate required and pedestal required, but the big Q was in the tile room. You never know; it might be happening again.
Yeah, I know about that match. I was on comms for it. Alright, so Willard's cleaning up what Will has checked. So now the question is, now that we've seen the entirety of Kakariko, where do we go next?
Well, Willard still has to go up here. He's going to be able. He'll probably route in. He's going to get his mushroom check, thieves check. Let's see if he goes to Aga, because he still doesn't know that the mirror is there.
And I saw it. Green Pendant at Hera, 5-6 at Desert, and we have a crystal at Eastern, I believe.
I thought that was the red pendant at Desert.
Nope. That was, I think, crystal 6.
Wow.
I'm going to go ahead and double check the multi-stream feeds. Just to make sure I said the right things.
I just saw green pendant at Hera, and I just saw crystal at Eastern. Let's see if Willard takes his book and checks the pedestal now. He definitely could. And yep, that's exactly what he's doing. All right, guys. We're only 12 minutes in, but we are getting ourselves a pet check.
Unfortunately, Will does not use a tracker, so I don't actually have that information, so...
All right, pedestal is just a little piece of love. So, pedestal not required. Now it looks like these runners are going to be converging on similar routes here. Both of them are going to go down to South Light World. However, it looks like Willard is going to go straight to Mini Moldorm Cave while Will goes to the dam.
Yeah, this could be huge here. Oh, there's some money.
Bomb shots here on the Mini Moldorms. You got a 2-for-1 special on the first one. Second one goes down no problem. Third one.
Third one, there we go.
We get the shovel at the dam, and we get the Moon Pearl Ether at Mini Moldorm Cave. Blue
Boomerang as well.
Red Cane. Wow, the new hype cave is Mini Moldorm Cave, guys.
Yeah, I kind of call the Light World Hype Cave as a side nickname, because that's essentially what it is.
And that's exactly what it was this time. We got 4, well, 3.5 good items there.
No,
I'm giving the Boomerang half a point.
I'm gonna give Ether half a point as well, and that's only because it's situational at best.
Yeah, okay, 4/9 of a point. There's a 4/9 chance that it's required.
Well, even then, it's good for dealing with Stalfos on the way up to the Gauntlet. Because they actually die instantly to Ether. Ice Cave has not been checked yet. Will everyone soon get their shovel?
He might head straight to that shovel spot, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, following the item trail here.
That's what happens when you do things in a certain order. You just do this now, and you've already been in the Moldorm Cave, bring up Ice Cave for a little bit. But he'll probably go back there if and when he finds a flute.
And looks like our tracker, Nif Boy, shout outs to him by the way. Looks like they did confirm that Desert was a 5/6, but we'll make sure to double check that when Willard checks their map. Yeah, so his pet is already dead. Willard checked the pedestal with the book.
And Will WC now heading over towards the dig spot and get his piece of heart. Willard is going to head over towards Akina's cave and maybe dive into the desert. We can go in there. We can't do too much without the boots or a lamp, though.
What match was Ped plus Aga? I think it was yesterday's match involving Troopster. I forget the name of his opponent off the top of my head. Ah, yes, it was Jamiel, right?
Alright, here we go. Willard goes into desert, and there's your confirmation based on the music of the background. This is a crystal dungeon.
Yeah, so it was 5/6 like I thought it was, because I definitely saw red.
I saw red too. I just thought it was a red pendant. Willard with the boomerang straps on the underground lever there. And the cape is the first item, so we know where boots blocked out of here.
Yeah, we
and
are.
Willard's trying to figure out what exactly is going on with the which item it will be. That's the big key. So that means if he wants to.
And we just had another map check. I think I caught a glimpse of Turtle Rock being blue pendant, but I didn't quite see where everything else was that was important.
Yeah, Willard's just gonna route this so you can go right to Agina's cave.
All right, chess game. Chess game was 20 rupees.
Yeah, it looked like a big 20 to me.
Gundagi, Aga is technically required if Swamp was a crystal there. I did not see it.
Looks like Turtle Rock and Pod were the other two pendants, so the rest were crystals. So yes, Aghanim is 100% required now for this seat.
Yep. Confirmed Aga required because of Swamp. Now, the question is Swamp our 5/6 or is it one of our other dungeons? Oh, Ice Palace was our other 5/6 apparently.
All right, there you go.
Another 20 rupees at Sea House. And we're seeing Thieves Town from Will. I missed the first item.
That was the big key, I think.
All right.
Looks like Willard is going to be heading over towards the Dark World portal as well.
Yeah, there's a small key there for Will.
There's your full map confirmation in case you guys didn't see it the first time. Willard's taking a nice long time to look at it.
Yep. So we now know Aga's required. Did Willard check Aga?
No, he did not.
Oh. So he does not quite know yet that this is Aga seed. This could be something that Will has an advantage over.
Ooh,
and there's
hook shot.
There's the hook shot. I did not see what the third item was though. In the opening of Thieves Town. Oh, but Will takes a death.
Yeah, I don't think that was Death Warp. I think he might leave, but yeah, he's leaving because first of all, I mean, you could kill blind with what you got item wise, but you can't get the other item without the hammer, so he might come back later after he finds the hammer.
Yeah. GADM Aga required because Mirror is at Lumberjack and Swamp is a Crystal.
Get blue mail from Stumpy.
Nice.
And the flippers in the Skullwood's big chest.
Oh wow, flippers! Yeah, that's gonna be another piece of the Swamp House puzzle.
So Will is continuing to take the frog on a little world tour here. Next stop is going to be Hype Cave. The original Hype Cave that is no longer the Hype Cave. And we have boots from Generous Guy.
I missed third and fourth items, unfortunately.
Alright, so with boots now, we can start thinking Aghanim. There's only one problem. We still have a sword or a lamp yet, and both of those are required for Aghanim.
Yeah.
And the cape is leading to Quake.
Interesting.
Well, I was going to go grab that Quake, even though it might not be required. Always nice to have get out of the way.
All right, so we're seeing Willard return to Thieves Town here. Willard does have that cape.
So one thing that Will WC found that we didn't see was a bottle, because he just went to Sick Kid. And Sick Kid had bombs. Willard's going to head into Thieves Town. He's going to get himself a hook shot. But we'll see if he decides to go any further in Thieves Town. We already know that Will WC did not.
Alright.
And I don't know if... Oh, is Will going to go to Death Mountain Logic Break? That's the only thing I can think of right now.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Well, hopefully we'll see him in a little bit here.
Oh, he has the hammer also. So the hammer was either in the place we missed were like the end of Hype Cave, and then either the King's Tomb or Bonk Rock. So those boots in Hype Cave are really required.
Could also have been King's Tomb.
Yeah, I said King's Tomb. There's the hook shot for Willard. small shield for rescuing the old man. Willard can take his death also. It looks like he's also going to say no thank you to the rest of Thieves Town at the moment.
Alright, so Will is going to East FM, looks like.
Yeah, and Willard's going to go do the same thing that Will WC just did, which should lead him to getting all the items that Will has at the moment. The boots, the hammer, a bottle. I don't think Will WC did this digging game, so there's gonna be a new item regardless. And it's a lamp. That's part of the aggro problem. That's gonna be pretty. I mean, he's gonna have to go back to that unless he knows the aggro dark room. Right,
yeah, so there we go.
Paradox Cave. We see a couple pieces of heart to start. See 50 rupees, but that's all I saw.
Yeah, so that's all I saw too.
Lumberjack has the mirror. Will WC has seen it. Willard has not. But Willard has the Quake, which was on Bumper Ledge, which he got from the Cape. I think Will WC eventually got the Cape. But also, Will WC skipped the digging game, which had the lamp.
Oh! Will found a sword!
There's a sword as well, either in Paradox Cave or somewhere else that we missed. So, all Will needs to do is find that lamp, which we know is pretty far away for him at this point, and he'll be able to complete Aga and get that mirror. Alright, we're going to start seeing a lot of these items maybe that we missed on Will's side once Willard comes, because he's about to get the boots from Hype Cave, and I presume we might see a bottle or a sword or a hammer here as well.
Well, there's the boots.
Yeah, that I knew about.
Hammer and 20 rupees. So, bottle may have been in King's Tomb.
King's Tomb and Bach Rocks, which is the other two places. And Will just messed up the hookshot glitch, so he's going to go all the way around in Super Money Cave.
Ah, I remember where Cape was. Cape was our first item in Desert, was it not?
Yes, and Will does not have it. So yes, Will also needs either Cape or the second sword, and Willard needs to get a first sword, and know that he has to do Aga. He does not know that yet, and because it's the mirror, it's so far away for him. He's already done everything else up there.
And Super Bunny having a heart container and just 20 rupees. Was able to at least catch that.
Willard's going to complete the full world tour. He's going to go to Catfish here.
And we are seeing Hookshot Cave. Hopefully we can catch a few of these items here.
And there's a big 20 in the first one.
Master Sword.
That looked like another sword to me. And bombs.
Yeah, 3 bombs.
So now Will only needs a lamp to complete Aga.
Wait.
Unless he knows the dark rooms.
Wait. Will's got the bow.
Will's got the bow? Oh, what? Jeez.
When did that show up?
And Willard's got bombs. He doesn't have to worry about any medallions anymore.
That's awesome.
Okay, mark down another spot that we missed on Will's side to see where that bow was.
Yep.
And I think we're going to start seeing some of these items now, because Willard is about to finish off all the things that Will's done about 10 minutes ago.
Did I think I...
There's Bo in King's Tomb.
Alright, so that's where it was.
I don't know if Will was able to get out of... he might have ran out of magic before checking what was in Spike Cave.
Yeah, and I think I briefly maybe have caught the mushroom in there. I'll have to see a much more clear idea of his inventory screen, but I think
it might have been, because I think I remember on Will's side seeing a full top row. Alright, someone's going to tell me that this is going to be a bottle. Yep, there it is.
And it's a red potion, too.
Yeah, I think that had to be a bottle, because I know as soon as Will left there, he went and catch the say, oh, and is Willard going to go check it? Yes, I think he is. This is going to be huge on Willard's side, because all he needs to do is find swords, because he's about to get the information that the mirror is on the ledge, and we have an agate required seed.
It seems Will's stream has completely died. We'll do our best to get that back, folks.
Oh no! Willard can't go in the cave with the dwarf.
Yeah,
blacksmith. Oh no.
Yeah, we'll work on getting that back for you guys. In the meantime, let's focus here on Willard, who is going to turn in the blacksmiths, as well as Chick Stick Kid for us. It looks like Will's gonna be heading over to Aga. Looks like, yeah.
He doesn't have the lamp yet. I'm like 99% sure he does not have the lamp. So he's going to have to do Aga Dark Rooms. Let's see if he knows them.
Actually, wait a minute. He might have done it when one of his spikes, and we didn't notice it. Because that was Shovel Game, and he did the Smith Loop.
I thought he missed it because he did the Old Man in the Dark. I definitely remember him doing Old Man in the Dark, and he'd already been over to where the digging game is, but he had already rescued the frog, so he couldn't do digging game at the time.
We'll see if he has it.
You know, I think Willard's going to go take care of Thieves Town now that he has the hammer.
Oh, he never... Oh my goodness, is Will going to do the most dreaded dark rooms in the game?
Yes, he is. Or he doesn't realize that there were dark rooms, we forgot about them.
Yeah, it looks like we have Willard back inside Thieves Town. Now with that hammer, we'll be able to work his way to the back and get some more items.
And all of a sudden we see Will is heading over towards Eastern. So yeah, he did not... He backed out of the Aga Dark Room.
We have a question here. What's the connection between Aga and Lumberjack? The connection is that when you defeat Aga, the entire overworld changes drastically. One of the changes is that the Lumberjacks go away, and the tree they are carving is hollow, allowing you to bonk it and get the item at the cave, which we call Lumberjack Cave. In today's case, it is the mirror, and it is required for Swamp Palace.
And now again, Willard went over there to go check it out, but had the blacksmith with him, so he wasn't able to go in there just yet. He might still... Oh, God. It's really weird that both these runners are missing out key vital pieces of this puzzle. And both are pretty much related. Will needs a lamp. Willard needs to know that he needs to kill Aga.
And... Whoa! Hang on a minute. Do you see what I see in Will's screen?
I see the silver arrows.
Yeah, where did those come from?
Another item we missed. But it looks like the stream is better, so knock on wood.
Yeah. Looks like he has stabilized. The feet is a little bit behind, but it's stabilized.
Yeah. Yes, I just caught those silver arrows too. So again, gonna be somewhere that he checked recently that we missed out on.
Harpies in the maiden chest.
I'm still missing one item in Thieves Town, so he's going to go open up this big chest, which, again, Will put off also because he didn't come here with the hammer and never came back. Just 20 rupees, though.
Could have made the gamble. Nice 8 bond drop from Will's part, too.
But what does Will be for Willard once he defeats Blind in about the next minute or so? It'll be our first crystal 36 minutes in.
Our first dungeon clear in general 36 minutes in. This is
and tempered, so we have a sword difference of level 3 versus level 0.
And we know where those swords are.
Yeah, well, obviously, because Will got them. But we don't know where one of them is. We know where numbers 2 and 3 that Will found were.
Alright, judging on where Will has checked.
I mean, my guess would be Death Mountain somewhere. Which is also where he was.
It would have to be somewhere in Paradox Cave or Spectacle Rock, one of the two.
Will with the much easier dark rooms, the ones here in Eastern. These are much easier to complete.
And Willard gets the first crystal.
Now looks like it's going to do hammer pegs. Swordless is going to be slow. Because for some reason, the glitch that you usually use here to knock the hammer pegs down doesn't work when you don't have a sword.
Yeah, it's one of the mysteries of the randomizer.
Because reasons.
I think it's because the sword for the item dash gives you an actual attack hitbox that the hammer overrides with its properties. If I had to make an absolute shot in the dark guess. But by not having the sword, it doesn't. There's no damage box for the hammer to override.
Yeah, you don't need a sword to do it. It's just that you need a sword for the hammer part to work. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Will finds the forged sword somewhere soon, we have a 4 versus 0 difference. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I think we need to see Willard go up the mountain anytime soon, and that's not a good prize.
No, but now that he has the boots, he can complete desert, so that might be next on his agenda here.
And Eastern is down for Will.
I just noticed something, I believe, on Willard's side. Well, he needs the mirror, obviously, still. Other than the mirror, all he needs is Fire Rod and Flute, and he's good to go mode.
Yeah, we know silvers are somewhere.
Yeah. Sahasha's hut is probably a safe bet.
Yeah, safe bet on that.
And we know he's going to find the swords eventually. There's 3 swords for him waiting. One's in the crystal big chest. We know he's going to get that.
Yeah, does need at least 2 of them, though, in order to finish this game.
Yeah, well, Will's going to be heading to Pod next.
Alright, so Big Chest is going to have her small key, most likely.
It
There we go.
had to be. Had to be.
Alright, there's Kiki the monkey. Will get trolled. That just sounds strange to say.
Now, I just have one gripe. How come they're not using the Will from Illusion of Gaia sprite?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's the sprite I use all the time.
I'm I'm partial to Mog.
Well, I just got used to doing bomb jumps with it, so I just stick with it.
And we were bow locked out of pod there with that item pickup.
Yeah. I haven't been counting items here, but don't know if we're going to see the last item here on Land Mullahs in Desert, or it's just going to be a map or a compass.
Yeah, someone pointing out in chat, have we actually used those slippers we found?
Not yet. Only Willard's found them. Will has not found them.
That we are aware of. You might
Well,
have...
I know Will did not... I have a general idea of where Will's been. He has not been to Skullwoods.
Alright.
Being severely under leveled here, Willard resorting to NMG strats for the Land Mullah kill.
Yeah. Arrows on the Land Mullahs is not the easiest thing.
Oh, Will has the Ice Rod, but again, Turtle Rock's a pendant, and Agnes not, and pendant's not required, so that's not really a huge deal.
Yet another item we've missed in the checks coming to light. And, what? I don't know how they did a double jump off the air, but...
Oh, yeah, I've done that before, because I do that strat a lot, and it just happens. Just don't ask questions. 1991 video games.
If nothing else, it looks pretty awesome.
Yes.
You just jump out of the air like a dead shot.
Yeah, I just say 1991 video games and just be done with it. Alright, another big key chest has the last item here in Desert. But it's just 20 rupees.
Yeah. Will, despite having a little bit of issues here with being able to catch our items for us, I gotta give the lead to them at this point. They have a lot of progression items that we know and also don't know about.
Yeah, the main difference here again is that Willard does not know Mirror is at Lumberjacks. Will does. Willard has the lamp, which is in a spot that Will put off / forgot about / couldn't get to at the time, which was Digging Game, which he was over there with the blacksmith, so he couldn't get it done.
And also, Will has 3 different instances of swords, and Willard has none. One of those swords is required in order to...
Yeah, 1 is required for Aga.
Yeah, 1's required for Aga, 2 for the entire game.
But again, Will doesn't have the cape either, which Willard does, which cape led... Both Bombos and Quake were in out of the way spots. Quake was at Bumper Cave, which you need the cape for, and Bombos was at
Catfish.
Quakefish. Yeah. And Flippers were in the Skullwoods Big Chest. And Cape was also in Skullwood. No, Cape was in Desert. Will's doing the Dark Maze here, and Willard just bought the most expensive pack of bombs you ever saw in your life.
Yeah, that was kind of bad.
Where were the silvers? Not sure. I think Sahasra's hut. Don't quote me though.
We had just some minor issues seeing a few of Will's items, and in the downtime, one of them was the silver arrows. But it looks like he's back up and running now, so we shouldn't have any more issues.
Willard gonna go do the hobo check. Again, Willard's just looking for a sword, so he doesn't know that he has to kill Aga, so I wouldn't say he's looking for a sword just for Aga here.
Between the two, for go mode, Fire Rod and Flute.
Yes. Oh, wait. It says Will has the flute. When did that happen? Does Will have the flute? It shows shovel. He might not. I don't know. Did he find it in Eastern? In pod, and I just missed it.
Flute was in the dark base in a pod.
Oh my gosh! And there's the powder. Well, the good news, bad news for Willard is that he will probably be doing Eastern pod next. Oh wait, he's doing Ice Rock Cave now.
This seed is getting all sorts of confusing now.
Yeah, this has been a jet Aga seed, I would like to call it. It's been pretty fast with the items. Of course, we still need that fire rod. And Will might not even bother with doing Skullwoods at all until he finds the fire rod, which would be pretty unfortunate knowing what's in there. And Willard showing off the water walk here.
Yeah, very, very effective way to get across the water. And Willard is heading to Eastern.
Alright, so this is... assuming he does pod after this will probably be a really good play on Willard's part. Because we know for sure he'll find the silvers over here, I'm pretty sure. He'll definitely find a sword over here. And if he goes to pod, he'll find the flute.
Yeah, and I'll put him one item away from go mode.
And there's your ice rod, and there's your ice rod and silvers. The two chests that I missed in the back of Sahasha's hut had those two items.
Yeah, spin speed you can't get without a sword, but you can still do hook shot, which is a little bit easier, I'd say.
It's slower but easier, yes. You just hook shot dash. You just item dash with hook shot on steps, and you get it.
Yeah, spin speed is just the same thing, except you use the spin attack. And it's a very just input as well.
Yeah, instead of the same frame like you do for item dashing, it's like one frame after, and it's like a lot harder to get down correctly.
I basically just do a quick swipe with my thumb after holding the button.
Yeah, that's what I did too. And Will doesn't know the dark rooms in the basement of pod. He do the dark maze, but not the basement, so he noped on out of pod as well without that lamp.
That is one of the few advantages Willard has right now.
That lamp is turning out to be a huge advantage. Of course, if Willard only knew where the mirror was, it would be almost an insurmountable advantage. Will's going to go activate that flute now.
Yes, and something I want to point out, how much extra time did Willard get with that lamp?
Oh yeah, for sure. The lamp was at lumber, the digging game.
Yeah. Will decided to grab the blacksmith frog early. So, because he had a follower, he could not do the digging game.
And Willard finally gets his first sword 48 minutes in. Will is going to head on over to the desert, which we know is going to have that cape. But Will cannot complete desert because, again, no lamp, no fire rod.
Yeah, needs one of those in order to get in there. And oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I just realized something. I don't want to curse our runners here, but Rambler.
Yo.
What if Fire Rod is an ice palace?
I mean, it's definitely a possibility.
That would mean you would need to get bombos from Catfish.
Yep.
When does Will make that check?
There's a few checks that Will hasn't made yet that is gonna very interesting. Just like Willard not checking Lumberjack. There's a lot of things that we as the viewers, commentators have the information of that these runners do not, and it's very fun to watch.
Yeah, it is a sort of like an outside looking in situation. Nope, Fire Rock cannot be a pedestal.
We already checked the pedestal.
And even then, if we didn't, Turtle Rock is a pendant. And if Turtle Rock's a pendant, half of your progression items usually cannot be on pedestal to begin with.
Yeah, Willard, we got the book very early, and Willard checked the pedestal. Will did not check the pedestal, so there's that for you. Look at that quick kill on Armos Knights.
Alright, that's the third crystal for Willard. I do find it kind of interesting that Willard has had access to Death Mountain this whole time. The full 9 yards of Death Mountain, and it's not coming up there yet. Although it looks like we might finally see that.
Well, there is one thing that can happen here. Because he's probably going to do this, but he's also going to check Lumberjack first. Hopefully he does. If he does, he might just go kill Agatha right away. Because he'll then have access to that mirror. Oh, no, he forgot about it. Willard, no.
I mean, it's going to be fine because I would rather have, like, Tempered Sword going up there. He's got a lot of items, but not much in the way that'll help him with combat with the ball and chain guards. I mean, sure, you can just use, like, bombos on them, but that's slow. And there is the plastic shield for Willard.
Alright, let's see what Will WC's next play is going to be. Might be Meyer area.
That was a lightning fast check of Spectacle Rock Cave. I did not see what it was in there.
It doesn't matter. It's not anything because Willard's not going back. Alright, there's a big Meyer check here. See what you need to get in. And it's Bombos, which we know is a catfish.
Alright, so catfish is important regardless. And here's the item that we could not see from Will, having died just a little bit prior.
Yeah, either we missed it due to the frame drops, or he just didn't. He just died right here on the last frame. It wasn't anything anyway.
Yeah, now both are on the mountain. Alright, looks like we might have just a little bit of downtime here as our runners are checking other locations that we know of. So, yeah, make sure to give these two a follow. They're putting on an excellent race for us.
Yeah, Will's finally going into Skullwoods here. He's going to get himself that those flippers.
Yeah. Which will lure him up to Catfish, which will in turn give him Bombos.
Well, here's the thing. He might not go over there until he finds the lamp, because he will want to grab the mirror and route everything together.
Oh, yeah, that is the case.
Willard and Paradox, we're going to see where these items that Will got earlier, where they exactly were. There's your mushroom, and there's your sword upgrade.
Alright. So now Willard has the bare minimum requirements to defeat Ganon. The Master Sword and the Silver Arrows.
Well, He didn't need the silver arrows, but, you know.
By the logic, he needed the silvers.
Well, by the logic, you need a temperate also.
I've been hearing that you just need master.
Well, by the logic, every item's open to you before you go into. Like logically, you could go through the entire race with just one sword, and then have like three swords behind items and a tower. Technically.
I suppose it doesn't matter in the end. Whichever you're more comfortable with.
Alright. So Will gets his flippers. Willard's gonna go check Ether Tablet, which I don't think. Will must check this.
Our container.
Yep. But he might not have. I don't know if was Will ever in Hera? No, he was not.
This could be big if Fire Rod's in here.
Oh yeah. The question is, when will Willard finally check what's behind that lumberjack tree?
And you know what? If Will was in here, now we know why he didn't stay.
Yeah, he might have just left because he was fire source blocked. Willard's gonna set up a death warp. Judging from experience and what happened yesterday in a race, I wouldn't take too much damage from these tiles because those mini molders in the next room could just get you.
Yeah.
Well, let me see who's about to get this Quake medallion here on Bumper Cave. We still know we need that one. We do know he's going to need that Bombos from Iron. Will's going to get himself a big key here.
Will will be getting their Quake, as we've mentioned. And there is the death word from Willard.
He's so bad he died.
I'm not sure if that was a meme or an insult, to be honest.
Both.
Okay, then.
Will WC going back into Thieves Town. You're going to be able to knock this dungeon out now. There's nothing of relevance in the second half of this dungeon. Except that one crystal that we obviously need.
Yeah. Alright, so this is new information for us here in Hyra. What do we got? Just some bombs. And there's the second item.
But we're going to complete it because it is the green pendant. It is the last pendant, the only pendant dungeon that you really want to take care of, and you're already right here. You just want to check it before heading over to Pod or whatever.
And for any of those unfamiliar with Link to the Past, the reason for that is Sir Hatsala, the old man at the Eastern Palace ruins, he will give you an item. Normally it's the boots for that green pendant.
Oh, Willard fell, haha. I'm kidding. Get your troll dorms in chat.
So,
right.
Go on.
Try number 2 for Willard. And gets it done. First time every time. See, he never screwed up at all.
Traveler, Willard did not do Dark Tooth Mountain yet because he doesn't have the mirror, so it makes sense to do a Hera check before then, as well as the remainder of Light World, because he has also not done Paradox Cave yet. It'll just save you climbing the trips up the mountain and overall.
Yeah, so after this, you're just going to go do Spiral Cave, and then you can do Dark Death Mountain.
No. Spiral, then Paradox, then Dark Death Mountain.
He's already done Paradox.
Oh, right. There. I'm dumb. I've already forgotten stuff. That's how confusing this seat's been. Alright, what was down here in the spiral cave? Nothing good.
Yeah, pretty sure the only thing that's going to be of relevance in Dark Death Mountain will be that tempered sword for Willard. He's going to open up Turtle Rock while he's here, though. Even though, you know, Turtle Rock is a pendant, we can go in there and do a couple checks.
And what pendant will it be is the question. Because with its double bombos and Will does not check Catfish, looking for that lamp, he is going to be at a huge disadvantage. I feel.
It's Ether.
The one medallion they've had since the start of the game.
Yeah, we got Ether pretty early. Well,
Now,
Will knocks out Flying. It's his second crystal. So now it's a 3 crystal to 2 lead for Willard. And Willard is going to go in. Now, without the fire rod, we could be locked out of the back half of this dungeon. So it makes sense just to check early, see what's going on. Then you could leave and do the rest of Death Mountain.
I have seen a situation where the key logic is just enough that it can go all the way to the back.
Yes, there is a possibility. If there's an item and a small key on the right side, then we can go all the way to the back end. Small key being there.
And this also needs to be a small key. The chain jump test needs to be this another small key.
And the big key in its location.
Yes. So a very specific key setup will give us the chance to have Fire Rod at Laser Bridge.
Ice Rod, not as good as the Fire Rod to take out those pokies.
Yeah. And we did see the mushroom being checked. It was not anything worthwhile.
And there's your 4th sword. We are now done in Turtle Rock.
Yep.
Luckily, the best enemies to Death Warp off of are, in fact, those chain chomps.
Yep, because they do insane amounts of damage. I think it's the second highest damage in the game. The highest being a Ganon Hug.
Yeah, Ganon Hug deals 6. I think the chain chomps deal 4. I think Vitreous and the chain chomps do the same amount. Oh yeah, Willard died again. He's bad. And Willard's about to get his butter sword.
Yeah, that'll make Willard feel really good, I think.
So look on Will's side, he's up here doing the Zora check. So this, I don't know if he'll be able to check Catfish. Or if he'll remember to go to the game. Okay, so remember about, I would say it was about 15 minutes ago. Willard had no swords, Will had 3. Now Willard has butter, and Will still has number 3.
Those swords, 3 of our swords from the Death Mountain area, I want to point out.
Yes.
And if you want to get real technical, all 4 were in the northeast side of Hyrule.
I mean, that's a stretch to call.
Okay, quadrant.
Northeast.
Northeast quadrant of the map. It's a bit of a stretch, yeah.
Right, Willard looks like he's going to be making the Ice Palace play. Meanwhile, Will is taking that powder he found and is going to go activate the magic bat.
And Willard using bombos to get into Ice Palace.
Well, you kind of need to. No fire rod.
And Curse of the Heart base. Oh, you know what I just realized?
What's that?
Willard might not go into pod instinctively.
Oh, because without the mirror, it's like, woof.
No, not only that, it's also one of the pendants.
Oh, that's true. Oh, wow, yeah.
So there's really no incentive to check around there yet.
Well, the flute's in there, so we better get over there soon.
Exactly. And nothing showing here for Ice Palace just yet.
One other good thing about Ice is that it does unlock the Pyramid Fairy.
What a catch that would be if Pyramid Fairy has a fire rod.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the ultimate insult to injury.
Yeah, just Fire Rod being blocked behind Ice Palace at all is just always, like, really, really insane.
Yeah, normally you would like to see it in that first chest and like, okay, don't have to worry about magic.
Will's gonna go back into pod? That's what it looks like.
Interesting. Or maybe...
Catfish.
Yeah, catfish. So they will have bombos. Or he will have bombos, rather. Oh. Okay, now I want to say Willard's back because he missed the strike on that easy bowling room. Literally my favorite room in the game. So yeah, the story here, for those just tuning in, Aga is required because of mirror need for Swamp Palace. It is at Lumberjack Ledge. Willard does not know this, but has the lamp, so they can do Aga. Will does not have the lamp, and that is a digging game, but has the knowledge that Aga is on the table and is required.
It's quite a conundrum we have, wouldn't you say?
Yes. So basically, when one of them checks the other location, the seed is going to literally kick it into another gear. But both players also still need the fire rod. Willard also needs flute, though. I almost forgot about that. And flute is in Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, pendant pod, never a good feeling. But it's a play that you're gonna have to make. Will takes that Bombos and looks like he's gonna go in Ice Palace as well. So both our runners will now be in the same dungeon.
So we'll see if this will pay out for Will. As Willard checking the iced tea room. Just smoky here this time. Ooh! Will did almost a little too early, has to double cast. It's a few seconds lost in animation and a little bit more in magic, which is a very sought after resource here in ice. In the vanilla game, you're actually warned that, hey, you're going to be using a lot of magic in this dungeon. And there's my favorite shield, the fire shield.
Yeah,
so good, and when you're done with it, you can just remove it.
Is that all the items we found in Ice Palace now?
I
think Coldster might have one.
Yeah, Coldster might have the last one. If that is Fire Rod, yeah, he has an item. Willard has all the dungeon items.
Yep.
And with one key left...
Even though we don't have the fire rod, having the bomb with some butter sword. Willard should make quick work of Cold Stare here.
Oh!
Ooh, almost missed it. He gets him on the corner though, and slashing away. That butter sword does a lot of damage, and Cold Stare goes down.
But only a stack of rupees for Willard's efforts, although does now have access to Super Bond.
Alright, what's next, Willard?
I kind of want him to go to Aga. Come on.
Well, he's not going to go to Aga. He might check Lumberjack. Oh, he's going to do Swamp. Swamp is full clearable.
No, he can't.
Nope, yeah, never mind. That's the mirror. So...
This is...
Oh, he's going to do, he's about to do Pyramid Fairy. But it looks like he's going to... Oh, he's going to... This portal takes you up to Aga. The Lumberjack.
Oh, it takes you up in that area.
Oh, he's gonna turn a mushroom in.
Yeah.
He almost went to Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, he's up here next to Sanctuary, so maybe his brain will remember. That's an interesting strat. I didn't even know that was possible.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Alright, Willard. What now? Now it's probably going to be Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking like that.
Question is, how dumb of a location is this fire rod going to be? Is it going to be... If the fire rod's here in Pyramid Fairy, then all bets are off.
I actually do not want it at Pyramid Fairy. I want it in Swamp.
Ooh.
And the reason being is if Willard, at this point, because Willard does not know where the mirror is, he might think it's deep in Turtle Rock because of the fire rod.
Ooh, yeah, true.
And that'll just lead him on a wild goose chase. I really want him to actually have it be in Swamp, because that way Mirror leads to Fire Rod and thus Go Mode.
Well, he still needs to go to Pod to get that flute.
Oh, yeah. And for all we know, Fire could be the prize for Helmet Sword King. I don't remember seeing how many dungeon items
Piece of heart
picked up.
and a bottle. So, Pyramid Fairy, not paying off.
No. Another bottle for potions, though, at the very least.
This looks like the Pod play.
This will be good for Willard, because this will give him the flute.
Now, if Fire Rod's admire, because that'll probably be the first place Willard checks after this. Will probably will check that also soon.
Oh,
the
green
pendant.
Red
More
potion.
bottle. More bottles.
Another red potion, so... Nothing major there.
Yeah, at least Willard's going to go in the Pod now.
Oh, wow. We have 1,000 viewers here? Jeez.
Yo, shouts to you guys for watching.
Yeah, shoutouts indeed.
You know, I don't think there's anything other than the flute here in Pod, but of course, we don't need that many more items left. Plus, I think the powder's in here also. It doesn't lead to anything.
Alright, so we're seeing Will with their... his, rather, death. Words. Will does get the spin, but was slightly out of position. The Puffballs and Cold Stare getting away from him.
Also, the temper does, against Cold Stare, the damage you can tell when it's a little off.
Yeah. I think Fire Rod is Gold Sword damage in this case. Tempered slightly
think
weaker.
So. Anyway, Will gets done, gets his third crystal.
Yeah, Flute is tying in Pod Basement. Fire Rod we do not know of. And the last remaining progression item that we all know of... Oh, also I should mention Lamp for Will is at Digging Game. But the last remaining item, and the most important one, is the mirror, and that is at Lumberjack Cave. Will knows it, Willard does not.
Will is now going to Death Mountain. Again, in his mind, he's going to be looking for the lamp at this point, and he's just going to places where... Think of it this way. It can't be on Death Mountain, because the flute was in a dark room in Pod, which was lamp blocked, and he can't get to Death Mountain without either one of those two items.
You're right. So he has to know that the lamp is available for the flute.
He might not know that because he might not remember where he got that flute. Willard will only finish Pod if Helmstar has an item. He knows that the pedals are not required, so he knows that pendant is useless.
I just had a thought. What if Bombos is their Fire Rod?
Then, another mirror block location. And these runners could logically could have done Aga and had the mirror super early in this race. Because Cape was early, Lamp was relatively early, because we had early Moon Pearl, everything.
Yeah. One of our clothes was actually in the Link's house chest. Right at the start of the escape sequence.
And if you were playing a drinking game where you took a shot every time a Will pun was made in chat, rip. Press F to pay respects.
I haven't even been paying attention to that.
Oh god, chat has been insane. At least you stopped at one, alright? We call him down there.
Yeah. It's hard enough keeping track of saying who's who.
Will gets his butter sword, but now it is now locked out of Total Rock. And there's your flute for Willard.
Gonna continue on in the dungeon. See what else Willard can find.
Still missing the compass, so he's gonna... If he doesn't find the compass in the dark maze, I think he's done here.
Yeah, because that will put compass on Helmstar King.
And this is very telling. Will is going back to Spike Cave. So he did die on the last possible frame before checking the Spike Cave chest.
Wow, that Kadongo. Just ready to snipe Willard.
Yep. There's the powder, so compass is on Helma, so we are done with Pod.
Yeah, and we knew powder was there. We did catch that on Will's end.
Alright, Willard. Please just check Lumberjack. Put us out of our misery.
He might do it after he turns on the flute, to be fair.
He could.
Because he just jetted by the area. Maybe he's like, oh, did I? Oh, right, I didn't check this place. I had the smith.
Yeah, he went up there, but he had the blacksmith with him and couldn't go in the cave.
And it looks like it's tripped him up a little bit here. Let's see if he can recover.
Oh, oh no, he's doing powder. I feel so helpless.
Calm down. Calm down.
And I want Will to go check the digging game. He might be heading that way. Come on, Will. Ooh. I don't think he's done purple chest or hammer pegs yet. Oh, he stopped. He kept going. These runners are driving me crazy.
Don't worry, I think they're driving their viewers as crazy as well. Or at least us here on this Speed Gaming 3 network or channel.
Because I'm pretty sure at this point that Fire Rod's going to be in Swamp Palace. That's just a hunch that I have.
At this point, it has to be Fire Rod locked.
Or it's in Mire, which is a possibility.
Oh, I don't want him to be in Mire. Please do not be in Mire. Be mirror locked. Fire Rod, please be mirror locked. If anyone's supporting Willard, you want the Blessed RNG and put the Fire Rod as a mirror lock. Because once... wait a minute. I think after Willard checks this place, if he doesn't find Fire Rod, then Willard knows without a shadow of doubt that Aga must be the answer. It's in Swamp. Right?
I'm trying to think what else he's left to do. And you might be right. Look at this. Look at this. Both of them are going into Mire at the same time.
Yeah. Because
now, this is huge because for one reason only. The lip.
Yeah. Willard can finish this dungeon. Will cannot.
Well, Will might be able to, but it's a painful process to go through the Mire Dark Rooms.
Alright, I'm just going through everything in my head. We've checked pretty much every overall location that's not mirror locked. We've got everything out of pod. Can't do Swamp at all. Skull Woods is Fire Rod locked, and I think we got one if not both of the items there. So yeah, and Turtle Rock is Fire Rod locked as well. So if Fire Rod is not in Mire, Willard's going to be clued into Agaton by default.
Yeah. Will just has to go get that lamp, then he can go to Agaton. Once he finds a lamp, he will do Agaton. That's not an issue.
Yeah, both runners were heads up in their checks there.
Yeah, I didn't even realize Power was a pendant when they went through it, so...
And those of you probably wondering, why didn't you mention library? That's just the bug net. We already know this.
Yeah, library. I think the only place in the overworld Will hasn't seen yet is Digging Game. The only place in the overworld Willard hasn't seen yet is the Lumberjack tree, and yeah, they're both gonna be needed.
Alright, so there's yet another small key for Willard.
This has been the most insane race because some runs would have been done by now because of how, depending on where the Fire Rod is, this could have been a jet seed.
Yeah. Could have still been a jet seed if Willard got the information of Aga's, or at least he could have.
Does that mirror lead you to Swamp, which might lead you to Fire Rod? Well, we'll see where Fire Rod is.
Yeah. We're hoping it's not here in Mire, for Willard's sake. Although I do want to remind everyone here that this is a 3-on-1 race. So both runners are still going to be alive in the Swiss regardless of how they place here today.
I just realized something. Without the fire rod or the lamp, Will cannot get this item that Willard's getting to now.
Oh, you're right. Please don't be fire rod.
It's a heart container.
It's the heart container. And we now know that the fire rod's not here. It's mirror locked.
No, it could be Vitreous.
No. Will found a 20 rupee in the big chest.
Oh, right.
So it is absolutely 100% mirror locked fire rod.
All right, so which one of these runners going to find what they were for Will's side, the item, for Willard's side, the information? First off, can Will do this dark room?
Willard will spend a little bit more time here in the dungeon to complete it, but I'm pretty sure he'll realize that this is an Agassiz.
Will he be astute enough to just kill Aga blind and then just run straight there? There is a chance, because depending on the tracker he uses.
Yeah, he's going to run there and most likely full clear, because there's only a handful of locations where this fire rod can be. And he can flute bounce to most of them.
Alright, Will's making his way through the dark rooms here in Meyer, so at least he's got this out of the way. He doesn't come back for this.
Actually, now that I think about it, the best thing Willard can do after getting the mirror off of Aga is checking the overworld locations first. That he can with the mirror. Because if he finds the fire rod there, he can immediately mirror flute to 4 or 7, whichever one he prefers, and go to Swamp and go with Swamp. And if it's not in any of the mirror locations, he knows he has to full clear Swamp. So both runners will be doing a cold stare. I said the wrong. I always get the eye bosses mixed up. It's Vitreous, me.
Vitreous with silver arrows. Yes, this is going to be a walk in the park for these guys.
Yeah, 1 arrow to each of the eyes, and then 2 to the big one.
Yeah, the silver arrows are programmed to deal 100 points of damage, and for reasons unknown to us, Vitreous is 120 HP.
Willard is actually saving ammunition here.
Well, Butterstorm might be a little faster. He went to mirror.
All right.
Hey, Will, where you going? You still need that lamp. There's not that many places left for you to check.
All right.
Willard, do you know that the only place left for you to check is going to be Aga? He's going to home. This is a good sign. And, yes, he's going to kill Aga. He knows the only place left is Aga check.
Yeah, he knows it.
So this is where Willard's going to think he's woefully behind. And to be honest...
Wait!
What? Willard! How dare you? He's going to check it first.
I think he's going to check it first, just to double check. But there's no other place!
He might just be memeing for all we know.
Oh my goodness. He instinctively went to Aga. I was like, wait, I never checked the Aga item. And Will has still got a few overload locations left besides digging game.
Alright, Willard. So after an hour and 29 minutes, you finally see, hello. It's a mirror. He just barely looked to see if it was a blue base mirror or a white base fire rod, because he knew it was one of those 2 items.
Yeah, so he now knows it's mirror. I mean, he would have found out either way, but...
Oh God, Willard.
And Will, unfortunately, going to realize that this is a fire rod or fire source locked. Hera will have to duck out. So now that the routes have more or less converged, Willard just has a clear lead right now.
Yeah, even if Will gets the lamp right now and then immediately goes to Aga. Well, this will be the fastest Aga 1 climb you'll ever see in your life because we have silver arrows and butter sword. I think Will is just going to give up on looking for that lamp and is going to do Aga in the dark. That's what it looks like.
I mean, 15 health, blue potion, not blue potion, blue mail, couple of red potions, I think. Yeah, seems good to me.
Yeah, Will tried this earlier and decided to say no thank you, look for the lamp first. Well, now he's exhausted all the information and he still doesn't have the lamp, which is in the last spot for him to check.
And I did double check, he does not actually use a tracker, so he
Yeah,
might have just simply forgot.
Yeah, for sure. I will tell you one thing. Both these runners think they're both woefully behind.
Nice NMG shot there from Willard.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing with that at least.
So an hour and 30-minute AGA for both runners. This cannot feel good.
No, they do not feel good right now at all. The question will be, all right, first off, the question is, how many blue balls will we see in this AGA fight? We don't get to do this too often. I don't do enough NMG commentary.
Yeah, how many blue balls do you think we're going to get?
0, 1, 2, 15?
I'm going to be nice. Let's say 2. It's the most common.
Yeah, 2 is the odds-on favorite. Well, there's 1. So all you nice guys that won 0, sucks to be you.
Yeah. For those of you who do not know how Aghanim works, he'll shoot 4 shots, one of which, the first one is guaranteed to be reflectable, but afterwards it's pretty much a toss-up whether he throws one that you can reflect and one you can't reflect. And then after 4 shots, he does the lightning. Ideally, you want to see 6 reflectable shots and bounce them all in, without any non-reflectable shots, the blue balls as we call them. And there's 2.
Yeah, if he gets no more blue balls, you shouldn't see another lightning bolt the rest of this time. Oh, never mind. He's going to see one more lightning bolt at least.
And here it comes.
And I think that means this last one should be the one to end it, so it'll be a 3 blue ball AGA. And the way the randomizer works is that both these runners will have the same RNG for all boss fights. So once Will gets up to AGA, which I think he just finished off this first dark room, or the tougher dark room, he will get to AGA, and he'll also have a 3 blue ball fight.
Yep.
So now Willard's off to get his mirror. And the mirror in the overworld blocks 2 spots, I believe?
It blocks Graveyard Ledge. It blocks the
Haunted Grove Ledge.
And it blocks Bombo's Tablet. So 3.
Bombo's Tablet 3, okay.
So ideal routing would be go to the portal at Kakariko, check Graveyard, double back, check Haunted Grove, and then go back into Dark World, check Bombos, and then you're right there in the Dark World for Swamp.
And there is another one, Mimic Cave, but we can't get to Mimic Cave because it's Fire Rod blocked. So at least it's not going to be there.
Yeah. Those are the only three we have to concern ourselves with. And it looks like
he might be doing swamp.
He's going for item density. Which I see also working, because then they can just do the reverse. Check Bomba, check Haunted Grove, and then check Graveyard, and then double back to do Skull.
Yeah, he might do Graveyard Ledge last at this point.
Oh, wait. No, he's going to do...
Yeah. He won't do Graveyard Ledge, but he'll do the other two checks. Meanwhile, Will got out of the Dark Rooms.
Very nicely done. That's actually impressive.
Yeah, so on Will's side, that lamp's not going to be required, but there's a few other things that he's gonna need a fire source for. He still has to finish Desert.
Yeah. Two floors of Dark Rooms to Naga Tower, by the way. That is easily the worst set of rooms in the entire game.
Yeah.
To do about the lamp.
In the dark, the Aga Dark Rooms are definitely the toughest. Alright, Bombo's Tablet. Do you have the Fire Rod?
If this Fire Rod, Willard is in go mode. If not, he'll have one of two locations. Graveyard Ledge and Swamp. It's money. And Willard is... It looks like they're going into Swamp.
Yeah, definitely going to Swamp at this point because you're already down here. If it's Graveyard Ledge, then good beats.
Well, if it's Graveyard Ledge, you can just go over there, get in, and then double back to those Skull Woods, which is your last Crystal Dungeon.
Yeah.
So that works out in the end. Just get all the southern items done, and then worry about the northern items when you need to be in the north. And I'm hoping for Willard's sake that it is on, not on the left side of Swamp. Because that's slow. I want him to go fast. At least in this run.
I will tell you, because I've seen Willard race a lot, he probably will gamble. He won't do left side of Swamp until he'll do the rest of the dungeon first.
I don't know. I'm just hoping that it's in his way so that he doesn't do it at all. Interesting.
Almost red first chest.
And Willard's starting to bomb chests. Tilt is starting to show.
You know, Will is now done with Aga. He now has access to that mirror as well. So again, the only difference between these runners right now is one runner has the lamp, the other one does not.
Yeah. And lamp is like the Titan's mission, which it is 100% required. Not necessarily for Ganon's Tower access, but 4 of the 10 dungeons require lamp.
Yes.
Those being Eastern, Pod, Mire, and Turtle Rock. So even if 3 of those 4 are pendants, or all pendants, the 4th one will still require the lamp. So learning your dark rooms can help sometimes.
And here you see what I was talking about earlier. Willard is going to go to the left side, go straight to the back, gamble that Fire Rod's back here, kill Argus and all that. If he doesn't find a Fire Rod yet, he'll come back and finish the left side off.
Didn't even check the chest below the big chest.
No, he did not.
So I think Willard is just gonna go mode this dungeon and then do the full clear after the fact.
Nah, I don't. No, he's gonna check the back, and then when he comes back, he'll do the southern part, the left part. I mean, it also makes sense because if you find a big key in the back, it'll make sense to do this and then come back afterwards. Anyway, let's see what we find. There's a big heart container and 300 rupees, so still no Fire Rod.
Yeah, and we see that Will is following in Willard's footsteps. We'll see if this pays out. There's the 10 bomb prize.
Yep, the newest item in the game, and Will is going to go straight to Swamp.
Well, that saves him a little bit of time over Willard, but this is still more or less a minute difference, I'd say.
Yeah, Willard's obviously still ahead.
And blink if you miss it, this is gonna be a pretty fast Argus fight here.
Yeah, just slightly over one cycle. And if he lands his one silver arrow shot, which is a little tough, but I think you get it done. One hit and you're down.
Yeah.
And there's the big key.
Yeah, the silver arrow setups are somewhat consistent. If you he'll always, let me start over there a bit. Argus will always take a diagonal down right pat movement to start, so you can easily lure him into moving right into the silver arrow shot. It's a fair bit easier for me, at least, to do a horizontal shot, though, whereas vertical, he's a little bit more unpredictable. And if he ever changes that trajectory, I am yet to see it.
Alright, big chest. Is fire in there? No, your fourth potion.
Yeah, three red potions, by the way.
Yeah, 3 red potions and a Bina bottle. Alright, south chest. Well, the fire ought to be here. I don't think we've found any of the dungeon items either, so... Red mail! We know the 2 items on the left are compass and map, so we are done with swamp, and it pretty much has to be Graveyard Ledge.
Absolutely has to be Graveyard Ledge. There is no other item location in the world. Unless for some weird reason, it was on Floating Island this whole time.
It was not. I remember seeing it. Oh, wait, there was one more spot. Checkerboard Cave.
I completely forgot about that! Wow! How much of the chat was yelling at us about that one?
Well, a lot. Looks like a lot. All right. Will we find a lane here in Checkerboard Cave? There it is!
All right.
1 hour, 42 minutes, and 10 seconds later, WillardJBradley has achieved Go Mode.
That's right. And if only one dungeon left to clear, and that is Skull Woods. And he can just jet right through it. So... this is going to be a fairly good time here to mention... we have a game we like to play.
No, we do it after.
Oh, I know.
Don't mention it yet.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Even though this will be pretty quick on Willard's side.
Yeah, I'm jumping the gun here. My bad.
I know, you're excited.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Need to calm down just a hair. This has been a pretty good race.
This has been an insane race. The fact that all these things just kind of piled onto each other, where one runner couldn't find the lamp, the other one didn't check. They both checked every location possible, it seemed.
Yeah, the only location Will did not check was digging game.
That's where that lamp was. Willard checked literally everywhere he could, except for Graveyard Ledge now at this point.
And Will has defeated Argus.
Now, what's funny is that in the vanilla game, for some reason, the Butter Sword doesn't damage Mothula. Don't ask. It's 1991 video games. It's been fixed and patched in the randomizer, thankfully. It'll do tempered sword damage to Mothula. And there you go.
I've heard that it's because the damage value for the spikes is the same as the gold sword. And they program them off to be immune to the spikes in the room.
I still don't understand that part because it's stupid, but alright. Wolflink, now it's time. You can say your little spiel.
Alright, folks. We're going to start here with a little game that I play called the Big Key Guessing Game. We have 22 chests in Ganon's Tower. Just give us a number and tell you which one it is. And if you have donated 250 bits to the stream, across all of our speaking networks, or a sub to any one of our channels, well, you got a prize for you. It's just a name on a leaderboard, but it's still something.
The leaderboard of awesomeness. Want to call it that? I don't know. I just made that up.
I don't know what to call it either.
The leaderboard. There you go.
But yeah, get your guesses in. We're gonna close it as soon as we see the first item that Willard picks up.
Well, we stop. I press the button. Well, we press the button over here once we see a runner enter Ganon's Tower, which was about 10 seconds before the chat season.
All right. I don't exactly know all the timing of this thing yet. I usually leave it to my other co-comp, so good thing you're on top of it.
Alright, Will is going straight towards Checkerboard Cave. He's going to get his fire rod. He also has to still complete Desert, so at least he'll get to knock that out while he's here. Because this is his first fire source altogether. He will have go mode 1 hour 45 minutes.
Go mode for Will as Willard is opening GT.
And yes, that is the Garfield sprite for WillardJBradley. He's a big fan. All right, Willard going straight left. Interesting.
Interesting.
That changes up everybody's math now because everybody expects people to check the first two on the right.
Ooh, you know what? I think Willard might be going for that strat.
The old Dark Magician strat?
The old Dark Magician. Let's see if it pays out. Just number 2. Compass. 5 bombs for number 3. 20 rupees and a small key.
Well, looks like he's going to just skip the first 2 on the right altogether, it seems.
Alright, so we're up to 5.
Count of 5. Double fire bar number 6. That's never it, I think. Now he's mirroring. Oh, this is advanced Dark Magician route right here.
Alright, so we're at 7 and 8 right now. 7 is an arrow booster. 8 is the magical boomerang.
Now this is interesting because the runner that the path that most of the runners would take is check those 2 and then go right if you find a small key maybe, and then go left if you don't. And there was no small key there, so normal routing you'd be forced to go left side first. Will, on the left side of the screen, takes care of land moles. He gets crystal number 6.
Alright, so this is 9, 10, 11, and 12 coming up here for Willard in just a few moments. Nine, heart piece, and a refill. 10, arrows. 11, money. 12, 50 rupees.
Gonna mirror out and go straight to randomizer room area next.
So the fire snake room will be chest number 13 now. Nice boomerang strat there.
It is the NMG strat that you see a lot of top runners use. Use the boomerang and hook shot in this fashion to get through these rooms a lot easier.
Yeah, I don't know that strat yet myself. I'll have to learn it. $13 is the small key.
I believe it was 12? 13, 16, 17. No, it was 13, you're right. You have 4 here, which would be 14, 15, 16, 17. Bob Chess would be 18. Ice Arms would be 19, 20, 21.
And then, of course, Tyrone being the infamous number 22. And I've lost count.
There's only 5 to go, so we've already cleared out 17.
Alright, so 18 is on Bob's chest. Let's see if it's on Bob. Also, Bob lives, I shall also mention.
Also, I just want to point out the defense that Willard is going in with. He has red mail and 18 hearts.
Yeah, red. Where was red mail again?
That was in Swamp.
Ah, right. I kind of derped on that.
Hi, Bob. Bye, Bob. Ooh, that was close.
18 was a small key, so...
To be in the vanilla location or in the tile room. When I say vanilla location, I mean a room. That doesn't have to be a chest.
Yeah.
Very nice Ice Armos fight. Of course, Silver Arrows makes that a lot easier. Number 19. No. 20. No. 21. Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen, the chest is number 21. So for all of you who's hoping for tile room, sorry to hear it.
And the first sub or supporter to guess correctly with number 21 was Das Kunin. Congratulations. Welcome to the leaderboard.
Alright. Yeah, a lot of people wanted tile room. Unfortunately, was not meant to be the seed.
But what if that was half magic? I think that's the only thing we're missing.
No.
Mirror Shield.
Yeah, Mirror Shield and Half Magic. Although that would be funny if Mirror Shield and Half Magic were... Oh, there's actually a few more places they can be. Never mind.
Yeah, it could be deep in Turtle Rock.
Would be funny if they were in Helmsware Room, though. Just like, oh, hey, do you need these? No? Well, alright, fine. I'll give them to you anyway.
They don't have the net, but we know where the net was. The net was on the library the entire time.
And without Half Magic, yeah, gonna go with, just attacking these Stalfos. This is the room I would mention Ether would be really great for.
So if you notice, Willard switched off the silver arrows and using the wooden arrows here in the gauntlet, trying to reduce the lag down.
Yeah, it doesn't need the 100 damage silvers to kill these Stalfos. One wooden arrow is enough.
Yeah, please don't go to the mirror. Oh, setting the RNG manipulation right there, guys.
Very nicely done.
To be able to get the perfect pattern to take care of Lamol 2.
And yes, folks, for those of you discussing in chat, the ability to toggle silvers was a randomizer feature we have added. In vanilla, if you got the silvers, you're stuck with them.
When I got the silver arrows, when I can't get rid of them.
I mean, yeah, 100 damage is nothing to sneeze at. But they do, again, like the game. So, energy runners hate them.
Well, they don't hate them, just never get them. For the most part. The top runners don't.
Yeah, some people just learning too. I've actually started learning MG, and I go for that along with the gold sword.
Always nice to have a little extra safety. Too bad that the MG route you can't possibly get him for Vitreous. Well, using the lamp here to save a little bit of magic. Didn't want to run out of magic there. And he's bombing the tower down while he's at it.
Yeah, if you're low on health, go on.
Grab the magic refill, get ready for Moldorm 2 here.
Yeah, and the room before Moldorm 2, if you had set up the switches like Willard did, it is basically a free refill if you have some leftover magic as well as the magic powder. Getting that bunny beam and the anti-fairy.
Alright, Willard on his way up to the Aga 2 fight.
Also, I want to point out that Willard is the respectful runner, not stealing for Moldorm's final possession.
Almost got a triple there. Got a nice little double. I think it was a double. Might have been the same frame though. Let's find out. There's your triple.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Ooh, I think I missed all three there.
Oh,
what is this pattern? Why can't I get that?
That was like 3 different setups for triples there. But now with Aga 2 down for Willard at 156 flat, it is now time to fight the pig. So this is going to be a very buttery smooth Ganon fight.
Oh yeah, with the butter sword, all it takes is 6 slashes or spins. Actually, butter spins don't even do anything more. So 6 slashes with the butter sword each phase, followed by 4 silver arrow hits, and Ganon will be gone. Will gets his big key. This was only just number 16, I believe, or 17. So he's on the right side. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Let's see if Willard shoots a wooden arrow on accident here. Remember, he switched away. He still hasn't switched off. Oh, he remembered. Darn it.
Yeah.
I mean, good job, Willard. One down. Get torch glitch? Probably not. Oh, he got it. Does he have a triple here?
Possibly.
Yes, triple.
Very nice. Get your GGs in the chat for WillardJBradley.
WillardJBradley will move to 4-1 in this tournament. He finished with his official Speed Racing TV time of 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 53 seconds. And I can tell you right now, before he comes in for his interview, he was not expecting to win this the way this race was going.
Yeah. Seems I was just a touch behind there. Oh well. But yeah, GG's to Willard once again. Congratulations on your win, WillardJBradley. This has to feel ecstatic for you, considering how much of the seed you had to clear for that mirror. Walk us through it.
Hi.
Hey.
What?
All right, so I'll tell you the reason why you won, because I know you were not expecting to win this at all.
I shouldn't have.
The reason you won is because when WilWC went towards the World Tour, he grabbed Jeremiah the Frog before going to the digging game and never went back to the digging game.
Wait, so came down the ramp?
He didn't have the lamp. And he's in Ganon's tower right now, about to find Moldorm too. He actually did the Aga Dark Robes.
Wow.
He went towards Aga early on because he checked it right away. He knew the mirror was there the entire time, and you went with the frog and went to go check the mirror, and then you realized, oh wait, I can't even go in this cave with a stupid follower.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, because the whole it's a two-way cave, so that makes sense. I was not. I full cleared this game outside of T-Rock, so I was not anticipating anything. And then as I slowly make my way through G-Tower, I'm like, okay, maybe Bombos held him up. I don't know. Maybe the flute held him up. I don't know. Let's just keep going. And then I'm landing on top of the pyramid, about to fight Ganon. I'm like, don't do this to me, like last week, because the same thing happened last week. I was like, I landed on Ganon, no dot duns. I'm like, all right, maybe I got this. I don't know. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So I'm assuming he just cleared everything trying to find the lamp, just because he was not comfortable with dark rooms.
He was not comfortable with dark rooms, although he did find the flute way earlier than you did.
I can't imagine. I did literally everything else before getting that flute. Yeah, I'm very surprised. That's an unfortunate thing to miss. But I mean, that's
the way the randomizer goes sometimes.
It was fun to watch you guys basically full clear the world looking for things that the other one missed out on. It was hilarious to watch.
Well, I apologize for this blunder.
Well, anyway, also, how do you feel about going from no sword to butter sword in 10 minutes?
I was kind of anticipating it. To be honest, though, I was having fun without it, because swords are lame. Hammer strats are the best. But I was like, I'm going to need this sword if I want to beat this game, so let's go ahead and find it. Because it was one of those things where, like, just based on what I know about my opponent, I'm like, I can excel based on execution alone, I think. Like, my execution can put me forward. So if I get a harder seed that's, like, swordless longer, or not many safeties for a while, like, or it's an extremely long seed, I have a better chance of winning, even when luck is not on my side. So, but then when I got all 4 swords, I just had to giggle. It was great.
Also, when you went to go check Aga, you were about to go kill Aga blind, and you decided, no, never mind, and debated everybody in chat. What was that all about?
Panic. I panicked. I definitely panicked. I realized that I'd forgotten about it, because I was in Misery Mire, and I got the second item out of the big chest, and I'm like, oh no, what did I miss? Because last night I did a similar dumb, where I just completely forgot to check the dam in a seed, and I had the hook shot, which like gated off the entire game. And so I was like, no, I can't have done this again twice in a row. And then it dawned on me, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's something at Lumberjack. And then it all came back to me, like, oh, I never even checked it, because I went, Houlihan route first, and then the stupid blacksmith didn't let me go check. And then, I don't know why, but I had this weird back and forth. I was like, I saved and quit. I went to Link's house by mistake, because I wanted to go check it. So then I got up to the door. I was like, no, wait, hold on. Let's go check this instead. Let's go check it first, because for some reason I thought I could get another item in Skull Woods. And then I was like, wait, I need the fire rod for that. What am I thinking? So that was just a waste of time running back and checking that, because I knew it had to be something, because I had literally full cleared everything at that point.
Yeah, that was a crazy race with getting all these safeties early on. But the fact that if you had just checked the cave earlier, you might have had like a 120 on this race.
That's how it goes, though.
That's why we play the game, right?
You change one thing, and then everything. Because I mean, it just comes down to luck, really. Like, that's just one item location in amongst 200 and something locations, and that happened to be the one that I forgot to check or failed to check, and that happened to have a very important piece of item. And then I was still mad that I did Swamp Palace, but didn't find the fire rod. So I started freaking out. I was like, is it going to be Graveyard Ledge? And then right as I was the second trip back in the swamp, I remembered Checkerboard Cave. So I went and got that, and that saved me, man. That was scary.
To be fair, me and Wolflink also forgot Checkerboard Cave. We were just saying, there's only 3 places in the overworld you can check. And I was like, you can check Mimic Cave, but Mimic Cave's Fire Rod locked, so you can't check Mimic Cave. Then when you flew to Mire, we're like, Checkerboard! And the chat would yelling like crazy.
That's an easy one to forget. It's just a solo location, and, I've already done everything in Mire and Desert, so I have no reason to even, think about it. And just a product of that late mirror.
Ooh, Will almost just fell on Ganon. He has 1 silver arrow to go. It just almost fell.
I was actually really happy with that triple. That was nice.
Yeah, I was rooting for you on that one.
Yeah.
I'll call you dumb the entire race, but that's besides the point.
Well, thank you guys so much. I'm going to go chill and let you guys interview Will.
Alright, Will just finished.
What a seat. So,
yeah.
Thank you guys so much for commentating, and shouts to Nifboy for tracking, and shouts for everyone cheering me on. Yes, or calling me dumb, whatever counts.
Yes, and Will finishing with an official SRTV time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, 48 seconds. Get your G's in jet. Will, welcome.
Thank you.
First and foremost, I have to give you mad props for doing Aga Dark Rooms.
Well, there's first time for everything.
You want to know where the lamp was?
Yes, I do, actually.
It was that digging game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember I walked past that because I had the frog in tow with me at the time, and I was pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, that you're not allowed to do the digging game with a companion.
You cannot.
No. So...
Yeah, that's... Most people usually grab the frog after doing digging game.
But do you know what else you can't bring the companion? You can't bring it in to check what's behind the graveyard. The lumberjacks. So that's what Willard did. So he never knew the mirror was there the entire time.
Oh.
Which is why he finished at 159.
Yeah. I knew that Willard didn't usually check lumberjack at the start, like a lot of people do. So I kind of, when I got that information early, I was like, okay, well, I need to get there as quick as I can. And so once I got Master Sword, I was like, okay, I'm ready. And I had a bunch of hearts. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. And then I got to the 3rd floor, and I said, I'm not ready to go anymore.
But then you decided to suck it up and take care of it when literally that was pretty much all you could do at that point.
Yeah, I think if I had anything left other than digging game at that point, I certainly couldn't think of it. So decided it was finally time to bite the bullet and get in there.
Yeah, but you're gonna be 3 and 2. I forgot to ask Willard what is he's worried about going into 4 and 1. But anyone you're worried about going to 3 and 2? Anyone you're specifically worried that will more or less end your bracket dreams?
I'm sure there are plenty. I mean, this is my first tournament. I've only been running Rando for 6 months, but GD to Willard, that was one name I did not want to see come up when I got to the 3 and 1 brackets, but it is what it is. I'm going to go out there and do my best against whoever it was. I knew against Willard I'd have to take a few chances, so I had some kind of unusual routing for me to start off the seed, and I think some of it paid off, and then just skipping the digging game was really, like, if I had the lamp, that would have been, I think, a different story for me.
If I dare say that if you had the lamp, you probably honestly would have beaten Willard today. But you did put up a very strong showing regardless. Yeah,
I can certainly see that. I mean, like I said, I was, by the end, before I finally went back and did Dark Aga, I had pretty much full cleared everything and gone to a lot of out-of-the-way locations, like going back up to Ether Tablet and things like that I wouldn't have normally done. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, good luck with the rest of the tournament. You have no more safety net, though.
That's correct.
You nervous?
Not really. I mean, I didn't even expect to make the 3 and 1, honestly. So I'm just gonna go out there and have fun with it and play the best I can, and whatever happens, happens.
Now that's a great attitude to have.
Yes, excellent attitude to have.
So, if you like what you saw from our runners, you can go give them a follow. I linked their Twitches into the chat. You can follow them.
While you're at it, make sure to also give my co-common Rambler here a follow. He just deserves so much support.
Yeah,
hello, Nifboy as our tracker.
Yeah, shout outs to Wolflink for doing commentary with us. And always remember, more importantly, to follow the Speed Gaming Family Networks, the ALTTPR family of networks. I think there's definitely tons more races going on tonight. Just make sure you follow the networks. Stay up to date on all of your looking at collection rate 178 to 216. Good God.
Yeah, this was an atrocious one.
Follow Speed Gaming's 1-6 and ALTTP Randomizers 1-4 on Twitch to stay up to date on all your randomizer tournaments. I'm sure there's races going on all over the place right now for the rest of the night. There's even a race at 4 a.m. Eastern time tonight, so yeah.
That's insane, but yeah.
But I mean, it's €2, so yeah.
All right, so with that, I've been Wolfling Studios. Joining me on the mic once again was New York Rambler. And from all of us here at Link to the Past Randomizer, we shall see you all next time, and thanks for watching. Good night, everyone.
Guys.